and RCI recognition at the International Mental Health Conference. She has been awarded twice in India for her work and has been nominated for Indian Achievers Award and Youth Icon Award 2020. With a passion of healing, she's running her own mental health firm, Healthy Mind, which is one of the prestigious mental health firms in India. It was established in 2017. It's a global platform providing treatment services internationally, where her great passion is bringing healing to people who have been through a traumatic or stressful experience. There are no prizes for guessing. Her topic for today is mental health and wellness, which is the most relevant topic probably you could ever experience in the current scenario. Once again, Maliha, once again, a very warm welcome to you. Please take it ahead from here.
Thank you so much. Thank you. First of all, thank you for introducing me in such a warm way, and for all the students, thank you for joining in here with me throughout the session. So moving forward, as you all know, the topic today is mental health and wellness. Okay, so we have heard this topic a lot in this pandemic situation. Like moving on to psychological stress, mental well-being, other webinar on something else. So, but here we are to focus on the importance of stress. But before that, again, I want to address a few things that if anybody gets bored, you can just let me know, then we can just gossip. Yeah. So moving back again to the topic of mental health. Have anybody heard about the word stress, about the word tension? Just please raise your hand.
Has anybody heard about stress or nobody's stressed? I will raise my hand because I am most of the time. Satya is stressed. Yes, there are some other people who has heard. Okay, they are a little slow, Maliha. They'll take time to register.
Yes, thank you for responding. So yes, but what is exactly stress? We will learn that, and not of course in an educational way. Of course, we would think that this is again another boring lecture which I have been forced by my teachers, my professors to visit, right? So this won't be that, I promise you. So I just want to ask you before that, please don't leave the meeting, as I'm going to do a quick activity with you guys, asking you that maybe I can just pick up random name among all of you, and I'll ask you to come forward, and I'll unmute you, and I'll ask you to speak bad things about yourself. Okay, so those bad things will be something very impressed, and I'll make sure that others laugh it. Will you do that? Will you be able to come forward?
That's a great idea.
Will you be able to come forward? I can see now there are many people who left by the time. Okay, students, don't leave. I'm not going to ask anybody to come forward. Okay, you just have to feel the experience. Here, when I can ask that particular person to to tell bad things about yourself, you were fearful. Your heart was pounding. You were sweating. So these are the symptoms of stress. This is stress. Actual word which is day-to-day used, tension. To give you a random example of you, if we see during really in the exam time, okay, in the time of exam, we usually notice this particular stress among us. Like day before, there are students who open their book and start studying, and I'm amongst them too. Okay, so the other students are very sincere. They study from months and months for that particular exam. Stress is on both the sides. For those individuals who are studying from months, and for those individuals who have studied just a day before an exam. But you know what was the difference? The difference was the level of stress. Level of stress between them both. Giving you the definition of stress, the stress is a mental, physical, emotional factor that is causing you a bodily tension or mental tension. Let's just say heart pounding, headache, swearing again, insomnia, sleeping too little, no sleep, or a common thing which is happening in this pandemic, of course, sleeping a lot. Everybody is sleeping a lot in this particular pandemic situation, and no one can deny to that. But you know, some people think it is out of laziness. I'm getting lazy day by day. That's the reason I'm sleeping more. But at the same time, there are people who are jobless. There are people who thought, people like you, students like you, who thought of, you know, performing that activity or taking on that job or internship in this period where I'll go and do something for my future. People came to the big city to, you know, start something new, to start something extraordinary, but they were not able to during this corona situation. Every one of us is at our homes during this COVID-19. Why? That is why, because there is no chance to go out. There is no chance to, you know, perform that particular activity which we always wanted to perform by going out. Maybe that is the reason we are sleeping more. Maybe that's the symptom of stress, isn't it? Sometimes, you know, think about it. Think about it. I slept a lot today. I woke up late today. It was 1, 2 p.m. And I don't know what's the reason. The reason was stress, maybe. We never thought about it. Yeah, my main motto is explaining you the stress. But more than that, it's teaching you or it's explaining you, discussing with you the importance of stress, the ideology of how stress is important. Yes, you got it right. Stress, tension. We just took an example of a student studying just a day before and studying for months and months. There was stress on both the levels. Now here I want to understand who are the students who, you know, study just a day before exam. Raise your hands, please. Okay, I can see. Okay. And who are the students who study for months and months for exam? Be it class test even, huh?
Maliha, everybody must have read it last moment. ये सब बाकी सब झूठ बोल रहे हैं, I'm telling you.
I can see that. Okay. Okay. So coming to that, there was again both the sides there were equal stress. I can tell you. Okay. You just if I'm the student, of course I'm the student who studied last moment. There's no denial. But even you being the student who studied for months and months, there was a level of stress. There was a level of stress too with me, and I'm glad that I had stress because otherwise I wouldn't have thought of opening the book first of all getting up from the bed. It was something like, why would I do that? I'm sleeping, I'm just tired, I have a sound sleep now. It's amazing feeling. Why would I do that? But no, I woke up from the bed, I walked out, I opened the book and I read it by myself. I studied, be it last minute, I did study and I cracked the exam. Though these students are brilliant, I must say, huh? They do crack the exam by studying at the last moment. Yes. So, yeah, to tell you again, back on the point, I just get out of track. So, coming back on the point, Usually, the level of stress is different between these two. The person who was studying for months and months does not have that level of stress at the last minute of exam that an individual has who was studying a day before an exam. I hope you're getting my point. The person who was studying a day before an exam also has stress, definitely. But he or she doesn't have that level of stress which the person or individual had for studying months and months. Actually, severity was low for that person who was studying for months and months because he was all ready, he or she. So what happened actually? There was a stress. There was a factor called stress, a tension. I'm saying it repeatedly, I know, but why am I saying it? Because I'll tell you, stress is that factor which is motivating us to get up, wake up, and open the book and study, or get ready and walk out to the work, to our work, so that my future is secure. I know, I understand. Suppose let's play an activity here, okay? Ma'am, can you just unmute all?
Yes, Maliha, I can do that.
Yeah.
They can unmute themselves now. No problem.
Yes, ma'am.
Everybody can hear. Yes?
Yes, ma'am.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yes, guys, now you can unmute yourself without talking for the time being. Thank you. Yes.
So I just perform an activity with you. I just hope that you perform it with me because it will be amazing, I tell you. So is there any object around you? Anything? Pen might be, a book, or anything. Is there something around you? Yes?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Pick it up. I have a pen. Okay. Place it on your left hand. Do it. This is my right palm, my right hand.
आणि जेव्हा ही जॉईन करेल तेव्हा तो पूल मध्ये निघून जाईल मग त्याची व्यवस्था
Done?
Yes,
Yes.
ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So now what you have to do, feel the weight. Which hand has more weight?
Left one.
Left hand.
Left one.
Left one.
Okay. Why are you feeling the weight on the left hand?
Because we are
There
holding
is an
something.
object on it.
Because we are holding up.
Okay. And this hand is empty. Am I
Yes.
right?
Yes.
Consider the object to be stress. Consider it to be tension. And there is no tension on this hand.
त्यांना ती सॅलरी सगळी येईल
Here you feel light, empty, free. And here there is some kind of weight. Just take whatever hand you want to yourself, which you feel more lighter, which you feel will make you.
like मिळेल
Which hand is to you?
दुसरा नाही मिळणार
Which hand is to you? Just take any hand to yourself which you feel is more free, which you feel is more empty, lighter. Take that hand towards you. Okay. Now what do you have? What do you have? If you see on this hand, what do you have?
Nothing.
Nothing.
Wait.
Okay. Why did you choose this empty hand?
Because it can do work much better than that holding one.
Okay.
Because
It
it's
was
free.
very, it was empty, right?
Oh, Chandu uncle, come is
Stress was not there.
It's free
There was
because
no stress.
yes.
Exactly. But being a business student, being a business management student, now we talk business here, okay? There was nothing in this hand. There was the object in other hand. Of course, there was a bit tension here, but I didn't get anything from this hand. You getting my point? What I got was nothing. Though there was no stress, though there was no tension, I got nothing. But if I would have taken this hand to me, I would have gotten an object. I would have sold this and got more money. I would have brought other objects to me and again sell it, again, buy other objects and build an empire and whatnot. But the point here is there was a bit stress and I took it to me. But that stress helped me to, build an empire or gave me just an object. But I had something to me. You getting my point?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
Yes.
ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
So, only motto here is what you get is a bit stress. And sometimes a little bit of stress is very important to, to get that particular thing, to achieve a goal. And sometimes no stress can give you nothing. Here, to to classify it more in a better way, I'll tell you an example. I get a lot of patients with complaining about stress. Okay, and they have a lot of diseases, whatnot, diabetes. Some people suffer through cancer. Some people suffer through headache. And again, mostly these are the symptoms and diseases. But I never say my patient to not take stress. I always say patient to take stress. Because the only difference here was the severity level of stress. The level of stress. There are levels of stress. There is mild, moderate, severe. Mild is something very less. Moderate is something medium stress. And severe is something very high stress. I always say my patient to take my level of stress because that actually acts as a motivating factor for them. We just took an example of the object placing on my left hand. It was heavy. Okay? It gave me weight. And it was supposed an attention, which is giving me weight on my mind, my body. It's impacting my body. But still, it's motivating me. Only if it's little bit and not if it's severe. Remember that. In this COVID-19 situation, you yourself might have thought that maybe I would have, tried some more activity, outdoor activity. Maybe I would have participated in this particular conference or participated in this particular competition. I would have gone. Maybe I would have started my business. Maybe if my exams would be completed, my finals, I would have started something else which was actually my goal by now. So these factors, somewhere affected us. This COVID-19 actually stopped us from everything. Our parents, if we talk about, they thought they are not able to go on job. Some people might have business and they are not running that because pandemic situation has, let us suffer it all. But have you noticed it's actually not pandemic situation. It's actually a stress associated with it. Until and unless it was little bit of stress, I still woke up every morning. I still got up from my couch and I performed that activity, I still, anyway, I know that there is nothing more to left to, perform, or nothing else left to work on. But still, I woke up daily and, go out, sit on a couch and think about new plans, what I have to do, open the book to study, or a parents, woke up daily. When it happened all, when it was a little bit of stress. But when it, rising up to be severe, we are hearing a lot of suicidal news now. We exactly know what is happening. We are using that tool that is killing us. It's clearly a suicide. Recently, we have actually heard a lot of suicidal cases. There's a controversial news out there about suicide itself. What's happening? It's all about stress. But when it was severe level of stress, I'll tell you, there was a research performed. It was of 30,000 adults were involved in it, and it was actually performed for 8 years continuously. Yes. So there were two questions asked. Okay, first question I want to ask you now, everyone. Have you suffered mild level of stress from the last month? Raise your hand. Mild level of stress. Okay. Have you suffered moderate level of stress? Raise your hand again. Okay. Have you suffered severe level of stress? Raise your hands again. Okay. So now you know that any one of us might have suffered severe level of stress, or somebody has suffered mild level of stress, or someone has suffered moderate level of stress. The same question was asked to the participants of the research, and including that, there was second question which was asked. It was if they find stress harmful for their health. What do you think? I want to hear you. What do you think? Is stress harmful for our health? As per our discussion by now, is it? Okay. Can you unmute yourself, please?
Satya, yes, tell me.
Hi, good evening. Satya here. I'm from Guwahati. Ma'am, before the session began, I thought the stress is a very harmful thing. But as you said, it acts as an activator in order to some level, to motivate us to do the things we were already doing, right?
Absolutely.
So some way or the other, a mild stress is okay because it acts as an activator.
Absolutely. Definitely. So according to you, stress is not harmful at all for the health. Am I right?
I mean, the mild stress is definitely not harmful, but then,
Okay.
I mean, if it's too high, then it will affect our health.
Absolutely. Thank you so much.
Thank you,
What
ma'am.
Good evening. Sometimes
Anyone?
I like you just explain. Yes, ma'am. I like
Yes.
just you explain the stress is very useful. By if I stressed, then I take care of our work and do betterly. But sometimes if I stressed and just driving any times, and after that accident also happening, and sometimes if I stressed and any persons come in front of me, after that I just through our stress I like bad happening. There are two way of stress. I like this facing of stress is providing a positive and negative side also. Then how can I just motivate ourselves in positive side?
I understand. Yes. So thank you so much, first of all, to both of you for answers. Coming to the point, to that participants first, I'll address that. Those participants, the participants who suffered a lot of stress. Actually, public death records was used by the researcher, and with that they found out that the population who suffered a lot of stress, but who thought the stress to be harmful. Okay, hear this carefully. The people who thought stress to be harmful, suffering through a lot of stress, were compared to the people who suffered through a lot of stress again, but did not think that stress is harmful. These two groups were compared, and coming to the result, the people who thought the stress to be harmful, suffering through a lot of stress again, were died. Death occurred more in this group who thought stress to be harmful, in comparison to the people or person who thought the stress can't be harmful for the health. So this research got me wondering that is thinking, like changing in the thinking of stress, like the way I think about stress, can it change the way my body responds to any disease or my body responds to stress? Does it change it? And science says yes, it actually happens. Again, to explain it in a better way, I again want everyone to unmute and participate with me in the activity now. So here in this activity, what I want you to do is count maths now. Okay, count numbers. I hope everyone is good at maths. Please unmute.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, are you ready?
Yes, ma'am. Please go ahead.
Okay. So now you can just say it all together. I just want everyone to participate at one go. Okay. So now I want you to participate in the mathematics activity where you have to count number 10 behind. 10, 9, 8, do it.
7.
10, 9,
9,
7,
9,
6,
1,
8, 7,
9, 8,
6,
7,
5,
6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 1.
1.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. -4, -5.
So now
जास्तीत
it
जास्त
will be
करायचं असेल तर व्हिडिओ कॉलिंग मध्ये करू देऊ. व्हिडिओ कॉलिंग मध्ये करून घेऊ.
so now it will be next 500 minus 3. You have to count behind
497.
7, 494, 491,
494, 491,
488,
488, 485,
482,
482,
479,
means
470,
479 and 476, 473, 470,
469,
467,
467,
464, 461, 458, 455, 450, 452,
I heard it wrong. I heard it wrong. Should I call out that person's name now?
Yeah, ma'am.
Yeah. If that person's name is called out, then that person should be bashed. That person should be insulted. Okay. So I am again not doing that. Here, did you feel heart pounding? Did you feel heart rate increasing? Yes.
yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Some individuals felt sweating. Some individuals felt heavy breathing while counting it. Did you?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, ma'am.
Yes.
No.
So again, this was the symptoms of stress. But now, when I told you that count it faster, count it louder, there was sudden rise in heart pounding. There was sudden rise in the level of stress, which made some people or some individuals to get the number wrong. It actually spoiled the counting. Did it happen?
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. So this was why, because level of stress was increased. Until and unless it was a little bit of stress, it made you to count. It made you to, participate in the activity to again refresh your mind and actually use your brain to, count it and get the numbers right. It helps you to do that. But when it was severe, it actually spoiled your counting. This is the difference. This is the difference in stress. Now, the second question which I got from you here, that if stress is spoiling, then how can you think it to be positive? Yes?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you able to hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Are you bored? Are you all bored?
No, ma'am. No,
No,
ma'am.
ma'am.
No, ma'am.
The answer is yes, then we can gossip.
Voice not clear.
Yeah?
Ma'am, actually,
So,
your voice is not coming properly.
We are facing some glitches.
you hear me?
Can you hear her now? Because I can hear her fine actually.
Yes, ma'am.
Are you able now?
Yes, Maliha,
Yeah,
we
ma'am.
can hear you.
Yes? Okay, perfect. So now in the activity we performed, you got the stress level to be increased for the bit and decreased for the beginning. Did it happen with you?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. So what happened at stress level was mild. When stress level was okay, your counting was amazing. You counted it really well. You thought of participating in the activity for fun, and you got the numbers to be right. But when the stress level was increased, your counting was disturbed. Your flow was disturbed. You did not get the number right.
Yes.
So this happened. Now, why did I take up this activity? To tell you that in life, in usually, COVID situation, if we talk about just corona, then there is a thought that what if corona happens to me? Has this thought occurred in your mind someday or before? Did this thought occur in your mind?
Yes.
Ma'am.
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
Yes,
Yes.
ma'am.
So what actually happened? There was some sort of stress which actually caused you to be disturbed, or that caused you to wash your hands again and again severely, or there was some germophobia occurred where you thought that if I go out, what if germs get on me, what if I get corona? This actually is happening in the pandemic situation. Am I right? Am I
Yes, ma'am.
relatable?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
So coming to that and addressing your second question, which I got from you, that if stress is somewhere affecting your work, then how will you count the stress to be positive? How will you do that? This was your question. Yes? Who asked me the second question?
I asked the candidate.
I'm actually not able to hear any one of you. Can you please answer me?
It helps us stay safe.
Sorry?
Am I audible?
Okay. I can hear you all now. Okay. So moving forward, so I got the second question from you, that if stress level is increased and what if it is affecting your work, then how will you consider it to be positive? Here, what you have to do is use right resource. which is helping you actually to decrease the stress level or make the stress level balanced. Now, there are a lot of situations occurring usually in our lives where we don't actually know how to react, where we actually don't know that, yes, this is the stress level. I don't know what to do now. My stress level is increased. I'm getting panic now. I don't know. My tension is increasing. We usually get that मेरा tension बढ़ चुका है. मैं ज़्यादा सोच रहा हूँ इस बारे में या सोच रही हूँ. Is it?
Yes, ma'am.
So, in a similar way, what we have to do is we have to perform an activity. Again, so this activity will actually, act as a resource for you to help you during COVID-19, including me, to help me even during this pandemic situation to, deal that level of stress, that level of anxiety, that level of panic, which I usually get now and then. So you have to perform this activity. Before that, I'll tell you, you have to perform this activity maybe daily or maybe twice in a day. Coming back to that, I want you all to sit straight and relax wherever you're sitting, or lie down. Just sit down straight and lie down, or lie down, and be relaxed. Just respond me when you do. Just say me yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
Yes,
miss.
ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now slowly close your eyes. For the individuals right now, I want to repeat that we are performing an activity where you have to sit straight or just lie down, relax, and focus on what I say. Close your eyes, and you are not sleeping, okay? You are not sleeping.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just a closing of your eyes. Okay. Perfect. So moving forward, I want you to think about that particular moment in your life which was very stressful for you. It may be a professor insulting you. It may be you getting insulted by someone else. It may be you getting insulted by your parents, any fight, any bad moment which frustrates you now. Even if you think about it, you get angry. Think about that moment. Don't sleep. Just think about the moment. Okay, are you imagining the moment? Just say me yes if you do.
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Focus on the moment. Are you getting frustrated by thinking about it?
Yeah.
Okay, why did it happen?
Yeah.
Yes? Okay. Think about it. Here I'm asking you to get frustrated. Here I'm asking you to get that chidchidapan in you by thinking about that particular thought which actually spoiled your moment. Maybe occurred in the past, maybe occurred a few days back, any. I hope you are actually performing this activity.
Yeah, ma'am.
Are you imagining the moment? Please respond yes.
Yes, ma'am.
I can't handle
Yes,
it.
ma'am.
Okay. Open your eyes now. Open your eyes. Do you feel the frustration now? Do you think that why did that moment happen with me? Do you?
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now, this was the situation which gave you that frustration, that level of anger in you, which you don't know how to take it out. Now we will perform an activity again. Again, I want you to close your eyes. Please perform it properly. Again, close your eyes. Now, just respond yes when you do.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Now,
Yes, ma'am.
focus on what I say. Focus on my instructions, okay? Now, do you any day feel the contraction and relaxation of your belly when you breathe, like going in and out? Do you feel
Yes, ma'am.
the movement of your belly when you breathe?
Yes.
Yes,
Ma'am.
Yes.
Okay. So now what you have to do is take a finger and place it on your belly. Take a finger and place it on your belly. Respond yes when you do.
Yes.
Yes.
Ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
So close your eyes now. Okay, relax, relax. And perform the activity, please. Okay. Now, when I say breathe, you have breath. And when I say exhale, you have to exhale out slowly. You getting my point?
Yes.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
So don't open your eyes. Please keep it closed. Place your finger on your belly and feel the movement of your belly when you do that activity. Okay? Take a long breath now. Long breath. Exhale it slowly. Okay. Again, long breath. Exhale it slowly. We are going to do this 5 times. Long breath. Exhale it slowly. Are you able to focus?
Yeah, ma'am.
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
Only if you do it, you'll get the results. It's not yoga. It's not yoga. It's a mind exercise. Please focus. Again, take a long breath. Exhale out slowly. And last time. Long breath again. And exhale out slowly. Did you feel the movement of belly?
yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Open your eyes slowly. Rub your palms. Over your eyes. Keep them over your eyes. Okay. So how many of you did the activity loyally? How many of you did the activity honestly? Just raise your hand. Okay. I'm impressed. Actually, a lot of people participated. Okay, wonderful. So did you feel relaxed a bit? Did you
Yes, ma'am.
feel the change in your thoughts?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Yes.
The way you were feeling frustrated before, did you feel it now?
No.
No.
No,
No,
ma'am.
ma'am. No, ma'am.
No.
Now I'll tell
No.
you actually a secret of this. this activity felt like a yoga. It was a yoga performed actually. But actually, it wasn't a yoga. It was a mind exercise which is actually used medically. Now, what actually happens in meditation is, have you heard about meditation, everyone?
Yeah, ma'am.
Yeah, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Have you anyone tried? Have you any one tried yoga or meditation? Just raise your hands.
Yes,
Did
ma'am.
anyone try?
Yep, did.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Okay. So what happens in meditation, I'll tell you, for those who actually haven't performed the meditation and who have performed the meditation might have known this fact that when you perform meditation, you know what happens usually? The thoughts come into your mind. If scientifically we see, there are 60,000 thoughts that comes in your mind within a minute. And among those, only those thoughts you remember which you feel are important. It happens just like computer. The files which we want to save are the files which we save. And the other files, we delete them and they go to recycle bin. And if we again want them to come out, we restore them. Am I right?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Same happens with our brain. There are 60,000 thoughts in but only few are useful and only few are remembered among them. So what happened in meditation was when an individual performs a meditation, there are very like many numerous thoughts in their mind occurring at that particular moment, and a person is not able to focus at all. Meditation is actually used for concentration, to improve the concentration, and person is not able to concentrate. How will the person able to increase the level of concentration by meditation? So here what we did, we actually placed our finger on our belly and we actually felt the movement of our belly contracting and relaxing. It actually went in and out and we actually felt it. Our focus was nowhere else. Our focus was right in the movement, like the movement of the belly. And right in this particular time, right in this particular movement on our body, on our own selves. You were not focusing on what is cooking tonight, or you were not focusing on what that person might be thinking about me. You were actually focusing on this helped you to stop those negative thoughts occurring in your mind, which actually impacts your way of reacting to situations. When you get stressed, when there is some scenario where you feel like, okay, now I'll react, now I'll get anger in me, and I'll take it out on someone else. I'll fight. These are the situations where you get actually stressed. And these are the situations where you can actually perform this activity by walking aside, by going into your own room. If you're fighting with your family, if you have a fight with your parents, maybe, or ask your parents to do this activity, because this activity actually helps you to stop that negative thoughts within you that are occurring within you and which are actually impacting your body. And these are the thoughts which actually impacts our body and causes diseases like cancer, yes, or diabetes or heart disease, as I told before. These are the common diseases which I'm mentioning actually. At any house, maybe one house among two has a member with blood pressure or diabetes or heart attack. Maybe heart attack has occurred in the past, or sometimes cancer. So these are the diseases which actually are occurred due to stress, due to that negative thought, and you can actually stop through your, this mind exercise which you actually performed right now. This was the exercise which actually can help you with anger. There might be many students here which actually feel angry. who thinks that I'm very short tempered, I get angry really soon, really quick, you can actually perform this activity twice. Okay, we are at the closing point. I want to also address that how many of you drink a lot of water in a day? Like a lot of water. How many of you? Very good. So there are people who actually drink a lot of water. And for those who don't, I want you to. Because for the girls who are present here and also for the boys who don't want acne on their skin and who don't want pimples on the skin can actually drink a lot of water. It also helps with mental health, I tell you. Getting up, waking up, whatever time you do, just you have to go and get a glass of water and drink it. It actually helps you with mental health, relieving stress, and also with pimples and acne. And the other thing is how many people are involved in gym or workout or any exercise, maybe physical activity. Just let's consider physical activity. How many of you are actually involved in physical activity? Just raise your hand. Wonderful. So there are a lot of people who are actually involved in physical activity. Again, physical activity also helps with stress. In this, COVID-19 situation where we don't go out, we are not involved in any activity, you can just take up 10 minutes walking in a day, maybe early morning or maybe in the evening or maybe after food. Just do a 10 minutes walk, not more. I won't say that go jog, go run to relieve your stress. I won't say that. I understand we get bored, we get lazy. I completely understand that. So what you can do is you can just take a walk of 10 minutes and then you'll see the change in you. Actually, it helps in relieving your stress. Endorphins are released, which actually acts as the natural painkillers for you. So this is the technique which I want you to understand, that physical activity, a lot of water, and the exercise which I told you should be used during this situation to actually help you yourself for mental well-being. As these adapting to these changes, adapting to these activities which I told you are the first point where you can actually start helping your own mental health, and of course directly impacting your body. It actually helps. As I told you, stress can actually lead to many diseases, and so physical health is directly related to mental health. Remember this point. Okay, so to end this, of course we will take some questions of you if you have. Before that, I want to tell you that also there's the Healthy Minds Instagram handle, official Instagram handle, which you can visit, explore. It's the Healthy Mind or THM Doctors. Again, I'll repeat, THM Doctors. You can go explore. We have uploaded the content which you can actually use for your stress, for your mental health. Okay, so we also take up many talks and many mental health and wellness sessions with many of the celebrities. So you can also go and explore your very favorite celebrity if you want to, and you can get motivated by such talks. And again, if anybody of you have any problem with your mental health, you can just note down my email ID. I'll tell you now. And you can drop the email on the feedback about this session too. And if anybody wants personal appointment with me, you can just drop the email. Please note the email ID. Info. I hope everybody is here. Please raise your hands if you're able to hear me.
I am sure they must be able to hear you because I'm able to hear you fine.
Okay. Okay. So info info dot talks talks dot healthy mind healthymind at gmail.com. It's my personal ID. You can just send me the feedback about this session, as well as if you want personal appointment with me, you can just let me know. We can take the further consultation moving forward. If you have any questions, you can answer. You can ask me. I'll answer them now.
We'll take first question. Please ask your question.
Hello. Good evening, Rima ma'am.
Good evening.
Good evening, Maliha ma'am.
Yes,
Ma'am, myself Satya here. I want to ask
Hi.
you that. Hi, ma'am. Hi. How are you doing?
I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm great, ma'am. Doing fantastic.
Perfect.
Ma'am, I just wanted to ask you that, the line of work, the line which we have, work from home. So that is coping with our life, which we have at our home. That line is thinly disappearing. So how to cope up with that?
I understand. Okay. So first of all, do you have a schedule? Have you planned a schedule? Because we usually hear people saying that you must maintain a timetable, maintain a schedule. And of course, that is not possible by, writing it down on the paper. I understand that. What you can do is prepare a mental schedule. Okay. Just in your mind. Before sleeping, what you can do is just think that, okay, I have to wake up tomorrow. What I have to do is my first task will be, okay, checking the mails. I'll do that. Follow up, okay, I'll do that. Okay. Then attending the session, I'll do that. Lectures, okay, done. Okay, this is the done. This work has to be done. Then I'll get up and, perform my other activities, the hobbies which you actually wanted to do. You don't have to remember my point. You don't have to sit down and make a timetable. Just prepare yourself mentally before going to sleep that early morning I have to wake up at this moment and I have to just complete this particular work, and this other rest day has to be mine. Because brain works according to you. Unless and until you won't, order your brain, the brain won't respond you. The brain won't work according to you. So this is the thing which you have to do from today. Before sleeping, just make sure you are making yourself mentally prepared and you're doing it from tomorrow. Okay? I hope this answers.
Yes, ma'am. So it's basically the to-do list, right? I mean,
yes.
Okay.
But in your mind, mentally preparing yourself.
Okay.
This actually won't involve any, additional activity to do. That yes, do this activity, then you will be mentally prepared. No, just think about the activities that you have to do by waking up tomorrow, and you will do that because you have ordered your brain, you have functioned your brain to do that tomorrow, and your brain will help you do that.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you, Rima, ma'am.
Thank you. Will Roshali please ask your question?
Good evening, ma'am. My name is Rishali and I'm from Mumbai. First of all, thank you for this lovely session. So my question is, can you differentiate between sadness and depression? Because many people nowadays use the term depression very oftenly and the next day they behave like nothing happened.
Yes, absolutely. Thank you so much for this amazing question, first of all. And yes, sadness and depression are the two terms which are widely used. But you have to make sure to use it wisely, because depression is a disorder. Okay, it's actually clinically diagnosed disorder which involves symptoms, a lot of symptoms, and sadness is an emotion. Just like feeling happy is an emotion, feeling sad is an emotion. I'll tell you one thing: we feel cold, we get cough, we have fever, we usually think it to be viral. but it can be malaria. It can be dengue. In the same way, it again can be corona. It can be anything. It has to be clinically diagnosed. So here it goes in a similar way. Sadness is a symptom of depression. Okay, like depression is a lot of things. Feeling lonely, no interest in those activities which you used to perform. You loved dancing before, you loved gymming before, you loved writing, or maybe just chatting with your friends. You loved that before, and now you're not doing that at all. Somewhere you feel, okay, no, I'm not in a mood, I don't want to do that. You need to make sure that you are aware about this thing. This may be included in depression. This may be depression, but sadness is just, okay, this situation is not going according to me, I feel sad. This is emotion. To give you again an example, there is a disorder, mania. It actually includes feeling a lot of happiness. Okay, a person is excited. So here, if a person says I'm happy, it doesn't mean that person has mania. Person is just feeling happy. And mania is a different disorder. So next time, if you feel lonely, if you feel, no interest in activities which you used to do before, you are sad, you sleep a lot, you sleep less, or there is no sleep at all, you have to consult a doctor or speak to him or her. Maybe it can be just severe stress or depression itself, or just negative thoughts. Okay, I hope this answers.
Yeah, thank you so much, ma'am.
Thank you.
Thank you. That was a beautiful question, Roshali.
Thank you, ma'am.
Yeah, we'll get a next question from Nitin. Nitin, please ask your question.
Hello, ma'am. Good evening.
Hello. Good evening, Nitin.
Hi, ma'am. And thank you for the very important session about the stress. First of all,
thank you so much.
My main question is that, are the therapies delivered via digital technology are really effective as compared to deliver the face-to-face?
Okay. Thank you so much again for addressing this question. First of all, I'd like to tell you that the Healthy Mind form I am running is also based on online consultation. Now here, what I actually try to, I'm not supporting on, because my firm, my company gives out online consultations globally. I am not supporting online consultation, but I'll give you a scientific fact. Until and unless the therapy provided by online consultations are similar to therapy performed individually in one-to-one, there is no difference. But when you feel that no, this is something like, okay, the person is coming on the screen, hopping on the screen and just talking to me. Maybe she can be a doctor, she's just talking to me and I don't feel any difference. It can be felt in one session. Okay, minimum 4 to 5 sessions are required for a patient to feel a change within him or herself. Again, depending on the symptoms, the severity of symptoms.
Okay.
Next, when a person comes to you, a doctor comes to you, and the way a person is communicating to you, now I'm communicating to you, I am answering your questions, I am not giving you therapy. So there is a difference, you think. You feel the difference that yes, this person is just answering my question, this person is not actually treating me. So this you have to feel that no, I am getting no results out of it. And here, this particular session is of no use for me.
Yeah.
Online consultation, which other person give, will help you in doing that, will help you in healing if you respond accordingly and if you feel a difference within yourself. So yes, online consultations are actually helpful only when you respond properly and only when you feel the difference within you.
Okay. Thank you very much, ma'am.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. We'll take next question now. Please introduce yourself and ask your question. Thanks, Nitin. RIIM Pune 32, you please ask your question, unmute yourself and ask your question. All right, we'll take next question now. Sure.
Ma'am, I'm audible?
Yes, you are. Okay.
Okay. Good evening, ma'am. Arima, ma'am. Good evening, ma'am.
Good evening.
My question is, when
Beta,
does
would
a
you
stress?
introduce yourself first? What's your name?
Yeah, sorry, ma'am. Yeah, my name is Amisha, and my question is, hello. When does a stress become a limiting factor in our life? I mean, when do we know that a stress has become a limiting factor in our life?
Okay, perfect. So coming to the stress again, as I said, stress can actually impact your physical body. So first thing which you will start noticing is changes in your body. Are you getting frequently, fever, or maybe you fall ill frequently? Today you are getting ill again, day after tomorrow you will be getting fever. Maybe after that cough. It's not corona, it's nothing malaria, dengue, no, it's not viral. It can be because of stress. Next, most important which you can focus on is sleep. If a person is sleeping a lot, if a person is sleeping less, maybe you usually go to sleep at 11, but you are not able to sleep at 11. You get sleep after 1 to 2 hours, maybe 2 to 3 hours after not using phone. Okay, you're not using any digital media. You're just going to sleep and you're not able to sleep properly. If your sleep is not proper, you are sleeping, okay, you're sleeping good, you're sleeping on time, but you feel you get nightmares, a lot of nightmares, or you wake up suddenly, that is also the symptom of stress. Not getting hungry, feeling less hunger within you, not getting interested in those activities again which you used to perform, can be again the symptom of stress. And most importantly, if it's affecting your daily routine, if you work now and if you perform your activity later and you don't feel to work anymore, you don't feel to work out, then it can be again caused due to stress.
Thank you, ma'am, so much. Thank you, Rima, ma'am.
Sure. Thank you. Hardeep, ask your question.
Yes. Good evening, ma'am. Hardeep this side from Gujarat. Ma'am, my question is related to anger management. Ma'am, when we make a to-do list and we are not able to complete just one task on from the list, so it makes me angry and it feels key that I am not able to complete it. So how to overcome it? How to overcome that anger?
I understand. So first of all, the activity which we perform now, the mind exercise, were you involved in it? Did you perform it?
Yes. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Did you feel the change? Did you feel the change from the frustration you felt before?
Yes. Yes.
Perfect. So what we did here was we did a transition on our thoughts. I suggest you to focus on your thoughts. What you can do is write down your thoughts. Okay? Get a diary, get a book, and just write down whatever you think. It's not like maintaining a diary or journal. You have to write in a good handwriting. No. Just write down your thoughts, maybe in any handwriting, and reread them. Reread them, think which thoughts are actually motivating me, which thoughts are causing me to get negative reaction. This thought, if I get this thought, I'll react negatively. You will actually know that next time if this situation occurs, in this particular situation, I have written this thought down, this actually caused me negativity, then you won't think about that again. This is the mental exercise again, mental training you are doing to your brain. You're training your brain. Indulge into activity. I recommend you do that exercise twice a day, because
Yes.
that will actually help you in calming. And most importantly, you must learn to respond and not react. Reacting is
Okay.
something when a situation comes and you just suddenly react. Suppose a person is coming in and person is insulting you on your face. What you will do, you will just give a back answer or you will start fighting. This is reacting. But
Yes.
in responding, what you will do is you will say, okay, don't do that. Okay, that person is not listening to you. Okay, fine. I'll answer you next time. You walk off from there. there, go away. What you are doing by going away, you're not, you're not putting your ego down. No, you are just acting smartly. Yeah, you're going away, you are relaxing your mind. You actually now know that how I should react to that situation. You come next day and you tell that person now that don't do that again. I don't like it when you say this. This was the way of responding. When you start doing it, you will actually form a habit of doing it. And next time you will play wisely. Then, actively. This is the difference that you have to learn. I hope this
Yes.
answers.
Yes. Thank you, ma'am. Thanks to both of you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
We'll take next question from Simran. Simran, ask your question.
Am I audible?
Yes, you
Yes.
are.
Good evening, Rima ma'am.
Good evening.
Good evening, Maliha ma'am.
Good evening. Good evening.
Hello.
Hello. Yes, please go ahead.
Ma'am, am I audible?
Simran, you are perfectly audible. Please go ahead.
Okay. Ma'am, it was a lovely session. My
so
question is related to mind. Exactly. So my question is, how can I develop a good and healthy relationship between my conscious and subconscious mind?
Okay, understand. So firstly, you have to understand what is conscious and what is subconscious mind. What is conscious mind? Now, I am here talking to you. I am talking out my conscious mind to you, which means I am alert. The thoughts which are actually going on in my mind right now, I am speaking you that. That is speaking of conscious mind. Subconscious mind are the thoughts, as I told about the memory file, the file in your computer. You don't want it, you delete it, and it goes to your recycle bin.
Yeah.
From the recycle bin. Here, the recycle bin is your subconscious mind. The memory, the thoughts you feel is not important. The memory, suppose you formed cycling your hobby one day and you learned cycling, and now there is a gap of 7 to 8 years you did not cycle at all, and again a person comes to you, a friend of yours asks you to cycle now, and you will go, you will fall once, but you won't need to learn it all over again. Why? Because the memory stored into subconscious mind. You get it? So here, now to form the good relationship between the two, again you have to the same activity which I told for the anger management, writing down the thoughts. You have to do the same thing. You have to get the book. You have to write all the thoughts which comes. Like if this is the situation which is giving me stress, okay, here my parents are telling me something. What I'll do, I'll go in the room, I'll walk off, I'll write down all the thoughts into my book. I'll actually know that what are the thoughts that are coming in my subconscious mind, which are the thoughts I'm putting into the recycle bin, again like putting it back into the subconscious mind and bringing it to the conscious mind. Now I know, and next time you won't use those thoughts that are actually causing you negativity. You understand? So here there will be a good relationship formed between the conscious and subconscious mind, because now you understand, you are aware about your brain, your mind. Hope that answers.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Sure. We'll take the next question. Please unmute yourself. Introduce yourself and ask your question.
Hello, ma'am. Good evening. I'm Prakash here. Your
Good
session
evening.
is really amazing. Your session is really amazing, and everybody, I think, enjoyed your session very well.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, ma'am. But I have one question that just surrounding in my mindset.
Yes, please
As
tell
my
me.
think ability, sometimes I hesitate that I am doing well or not. When asking any questions or talking with any guest lecture, and second, another thing, I identify if sir or any respected persons want to know any feedback or answer of this talk, then I think firstly, what am I thinking, and want to respond this right or wrong. This is right or wrong, and I confused. But I really know that another thing. I really conscious and hungrily eager to know how to improve our ability and caliber. Then, ma'am, how to improve or overcome this type of stress, ma'am? Please guide me.
Okay, sure. First of all, thank you so much for your question. And secondly, the question you put in is about and related to your personality development. Yes, it's a part of mental health itself. So personality development here comes where there is involvement of SWOT analysis. Have you heard about SWOT analysis? It's actually used in business, in interviews.
Yes, ma'am.
Have you heard about it?
Yes, and SWOT analysis I know very well. Strength,
Yes.
weakness, opportunity, and threat also.
Yes, absolutely. Wonderful. So this is SWOT analysis. Now, SWOT analysis has to be performed on your own self. Okay. Now, about your own self, what I'm asking you to do, take a book, write down your strengths and weaknesses. Just that. No opportunities, no threats. You have to write down strengths and weaknesses of you. Okay. Why will you do that? And you will ask yourself that what are my weaknesses. Okay, I'm genuine weakness. Okay, if you feel that this is my weakness, you have to write it down. This is my strength, you have to write it down. You don't have to ask anybody else or phone your friend and ask him that this is my weakness. No, just write it down by your own self. Now it is important to understand your weakness, to understand and analyze yourself at times. Even if we are brilliant in our work, even if I tell you I do amazing consultations, my all the patients, I'll give a compliment to myself. My all the patients are actually successful, and they all the patients get healed properly. Okay, and that is my motivating. That is my strength. But what I'll do with time, I'll do SWOT analysis of myself. I'll analyze myself. I write down my strengths, my weaknesses. It's very important to understand your own weaknesses. But more than that, it's important to focus on your strengths. This is my weakness, I'll work on it. But this is my strength, and this actually is my strength. And I'll go out and showing off of your strength is very important sometimes. Showing off is not important. We hear it a lot from our family, but showing off our strength is very important. This will build your confidence in you. It will boost your self-confidence. And very importantly, personality. Showing off your personality is important. Sitting properly, sitting straight, using a proper gestures, communicating properly is very important in the business world and in every field. Way of communication, everything shows your personality and actually boosts your confidence up, and it will help you with all your doubts.
Sure, ma'am. Thank you so much for your input.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. Maliha, can we take last two questions?
Yeah, sure. Definitely.
Thank you so much. We'll take next question from Paheli. Paheli, please ask your question.
Good evening, ma'am.
Good evening.
Ma'am, my question is that how is it possible to measure the mental health on workplace?
Okay. First of all, thank you so much for the question again. So yes, it's sometimes you can't measure your mental health, but you can actually analyze your mental health at workplace. Yes, if at your work, this is the routine of your work. You go at 8, you join your work, you start working. Today you have to maintain a file, and you have to complete this particular document by yourself. You have to do it all. You are doing it daily, but there comes a day where you feel like, and you enjoy working that way. This is your own very own beautiful field which you choose, which you thought of, okay, this is my passion, I'm doing that. But one day comes where you feel like, what am I doing? I don't want to do that. I feel stressed, I feel tensed, I feel frustrated, angry. और कभी कभी ऐसे होता है कि when you go home you feel चिड़चिड़ापन. You are arguing with your parents, you're arguing with your family or whole family or your friends. It can be any. This usually happens. Does this happens with you?
Yes, ma'am.
Absolutely. So what you will do here, you are actually measuring your mental health. Here you know that my mind is actually not well. I am getting ill. My mental health is not proper. And again, for all of you, I want to tell you that mental health is not just about being crazy or being psycho. No. Mental health is actually about you and me sitting here feeling ill, maybe stressed, maybe just, negative thoughts. I'm frustrated enough. So this is the way you measure mental health. Okay?
Yeah,
And
ma'am.
please, if you feel a lot, you can seek the right help too.
Sure, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. We'll take now last question now from Sunaina. Sunaina, please ask your question.
Thank you, Rima ma'am, and good evening, ma'am.
Good evening.
How are you doing?
I'm doing good. How are you?
I am good, and thanks for this lovely session. So my question is,
yes.
So my question is, ma'am, in this pandemic situation, people of every age group is facing problem and having stress. For example, college students are worried about their placement while others are not sure about their future. So how can we reduce our stress because there is no surety of when it will end?
Okay, understand. Again, thank you. And yes, there are a lot of stress and a lot of stress going on in every age group. For every other situation, for college students about their future, about their placements, for adults about their job loss, or maybe I don't know how to start a business again. For elderly about their health, if corona happens to me. These are the situation going on around us. But what will help you is talking to each other. You have siblings at your home?
Yes, ma'am.
Right. So who are you actually close to? Your mom, your dad, or your sibling?
Yes. Ma'am, siblings.
Siblings, okay. Then how about you go and share your thoughts to them? What you can do is, someday if you feel something is not right with you can go and talk to your sibling. You can't expect right answer from the person you're talking to, but you can at least expect a person to listen to you. That person is listening to your thoughts. You are able to share your thoughts out, and you can do that. If you see your sibling is not okay, sibling is sad, go and try to talk to that person so that sibling actually opens up to you, talks to you. And sometimes only listening is enough for the person to heal. For the parents, indulge with them, get into talk with them, perform all the activities. This actually is the negative period. But you know what is most important? We are binge watching that serial which we thought we can never watch, or we thought that no, I'm not getting that particular time to watch that serial which I always wanted to watch, or indulge into that activity. And now it's the time you're actually doing that. It's a positivity which you actually got. It's a blessing, I feel. And
yes.
The most important is this corona situation is going to end however it will. You are going to get job. Here spirituality comes. We have already, heard about this statement. किस्मत में जो होता है वो किसी को भी कैसे भी मिल जाता है.
Yes,
so this is definitely written. Okay, corona is going to end. You are going to get a job, or people for college students, or you are going to get okay. So just keep talking, just keep communicating. You will be fine.
Okay, thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you for your input.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for the wonderful session, Maliha. Thank you so much for answering the questions. We really appreciate for you being here and with the exercises and making the session very interactive as well. So I'm glad that we could have you here virtually though, and I'm glad the student had amazing experience, and they definitely had some questions which I might not have thought of, right? And maybe they are now well more aware about their mental health, and they know the triggers. I know when to seek out the help, and then they can help themselves, right? So thank you so much for your time. It was a pleasure to have you here, and on behalf of the entire RIIM Arihant family, please accept my heartfelt gratitude.
Definitely. It was amazing to be here with you and being invited with RIIM with, for mental health and wellness, which is very important in these necessary times. Again, I'll say that. And thank you for being so aware about this topic and, actually initiating the topic ahead and having me here for that. Thank you so much. And thank you so much, Professor Ramya Nair, for arranging everything.
Absolutely. Thank you so much. Unfortunately, Ramya had a class, so she had to leave the meeting. But I will definitely convey your regards to her. Thank you so much, Maliha, once again, and you have a good evening.
Good evening, ma'am. Thank you so much. Bye.